Hi everyone, it's Marianne from Yarnwork Studio, and it's Tour de Fleece. It's day, I should have done this in advance, 11, I want to say, of the tour, and I took a total turn from the last update video I did. So the last one I did was day 8, and I was seriously questioning my next spin because my next spin was going to be a 4 braid spin, and I wasn't sure that I was committed to it. So I decided to go in the complete opposite direction. You can go back and watch those videos. They're all in a playlist for you to easily find. But instead, I took a 50-gram beautiful colored braid that was hand-dyed by A Lair Artifacts. Melanie is a colored genius. Let me see, I think I have the tag right here. This is Jacob, and it's comb top, and it's a very high micron count. So high micron count means that it's a more coarse fiber, and it's by the beautiful A Lair Artifacts. If you don't follow her, grab the link below on Instagram. Her photos are to die for. But I had this really bright braid of hers that then I used my blending board to turn them into rolags, because I wanted to try doing some rolags on my supported spindle. And I figured Jacob, which, let me see if I can get a little bit of sort of the beautiful sort of texture of it. Jacob is, you know, rough, a little bit rough, but it has sort of this very beautiful coarseness to it that I was pretty sure was gonna just sort of glide off and be a really nice spinning experience for me. And it turns out I was right. So far I had made 6 of these rolags. So if you don't know what a rolag is, if people aren't spinners, so rolag is a way to do what's called a woolen prep. So all of the fibers are sort of spun around. And if you want to see me make them, I have a post on my TikTok and my Instagram, both, where you can actually see me doing it on my blending board. But then the fibers, you know, you come off the end here and you spin them, and I got a really nice long draw, decently thin. This is my only my second time spinning on my supported spindle. So this is my second spin ever on my supported spindle. And I'm trying not to go super thin because I want to make like a nice round and plump, hopefully airy woolen 3-ply is what I'm going for. So I made the rolags, and I made 6 of them total out of 50 grams. And I'm going to turn 2 of them, or each ply is going to be 2 rolags worth. So it's going to have this pattern repeat twice. And it's going from sort of the yellow to the purple twice. So I have finished 1 and put it on a storage bobbin. So this is 2 of the rolags, 2 color repeats. And that's going to be 1 ply. And then I just finished the 2nd ply here on my supported spindle. And so this has, again, 2 color repeats. Look at this sort of, the squishiness of this. So it's light and airy, and it's just beautiful. I'm so excited for this. And then the last ply will be these 2. So I'll move this onto a storage bobbin, and then I'll spin these 2 on my spindle, move it onto a storage bobbin, and then I'll be able to do a 3-ply. And I was really excited because where I left off in the last video, I was ready to ply my very first spin on a supported spindle ever. And I have it here. Da, 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 da. So this is a 2-ply. This is Polworth and Yak that I got from 3 Dog Knits. And this is only 18 grams of it total. And it's over 100 grams that I have. So I've got a long way to go, but I just wanted to sort of sample it to see how it finished up. And it is so bouncy and fluffy. So doing long draw on the supported spindle, in my mind, is just very surprisingly bouncy and soft. And the yardage has really stretched. So in my last video, we talked a little bit about, I talked to you a little bit about grist, which is sort of the density and how many yards you can get per gram. So this one, actually, I got, I think it was 6.5. It was well over 6 yards per gram. So even though it's only 18 grams of fiber, there's over 100 yards here, which is pretty amazing. It's lighter than a regular mini skein of fingering weight, and it has more yardage. And I'm really proud of this. This is my first ever supported spindle mini skein, and I'm going to probably swatch it up or do something fun with it after I wash it. But I really wanted to hop on and share this fun little project. I thought it was going to take me a really long time, but it's actually because I'm going from rolags and because I have more confidence in using my supported spindle, I feel like I'm doing this pretty fast. So I did this basically Sunday, Monday, and I did this one today, and I think I'll be able to do this one probably tomorrow, and then I'll be able to apply it. Maybe by like day 13 or 14 I'll have a finished skein, and I'm going to apply it so that the colors will roughly line up. Now when we spin from rolags, like when I pulled these off my blending board, they're not all the exact same amount of fiber, so the stripe lengths will differ from one to the next. So when I apply them together, even if I apply them together like this, it's not going to perfectly line up. So it'll be interesting to see how far off it gets and what that looks like. But generally it's going to follow this color pattern. I'm going to have 3 plies, all starting with the yellow and going to the purple, then starting with the yellow and going to the purple again. And I think it's going to make a really fun project. I did think about going yellow to purple and then purple to yellow to kind of make it fade and then fade back. But I decided to just stick with color order here. There's so many ways you can spin. It's always so fun to explore, but there's a lot of decisions that go into it too. A lot of decisions, but I decided to do a 3-ply. I'm hoping that it will be plumpy and beautiful and full, and any inconsistencies, which I know I have a decent amount of inconsistencies, they should hopefully be covered up a little bit by the 3-ply, so they'll even out nicely. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. The other thing, as I continue to think about what I'm gonna do, this was gonna be the next plan for my next spin. It was gonna be 2 braids of this, 2 braids of this, and I was gonna do a fade. So I was gonna do a skein like this, and then a couple skeins with different combinations combined, all 3-ply, and then a skein of this. I've decided, because I just did a fade, that I'm not feeling this, and I'm thinking about just doing a combo spin by adding one more color, a third braid, a different color, and doing a combo spin where I do each one as 1 ply, and then I ply them all together in a 3-ply instead. So there's a big question mark right here, and I have a plan for it, but it's in the mail right now, on its way to me. I did buy it before, so I paid for it and ordered it before Stashdashers, because kind of the whole point is to be stash dashing. If you want to know more about what Team Stashdashers is, I have some details below. But let's stay tuned. I think I should get this week, and we can take a look, and if it looks the way I think it's gonna look, then I'm gonna be going for a combo 3-ply, and I have enough to do 6 full braids, so I can do like 2 of each color into a sweater quantity. So that may be my next spin, but I'm not 100% sure. But either way, I'm probably going to be opening up this braid, because no matter what, I do want something to spin right now that's not on the spindle. And I think what I want to be working on is, at the very least, getting these singles ready. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, just because I think it's always fun to do this stuff on camera when I can. This is from Rambouillet. I got this last year. Opalescent is the name of this color. And this one's in Rambouillet. I have a braid of it also in Polworth, which looks very similar, but if you want to see some subtleties on how it takes the color, I would say the Polworth takes the color a little more saturated. But what I love about this one is it's so muted and light and neutrally. It can go with really anything. And I haven't actually spun up any opalescent yet, but I fell in love with it the second that I saw it. So I'm just going to tuck that kind of out of the way. So I'm going to pull this braid apart. I do think it's important, and it's hard to do sometimes because I get so excited. I think it's important to sort of open up the fabric and let it, oh my goodness, I guess maybe it is, fiber, and let it breathe. So I want to make sure that I can let it breathe, let it sort of just not feel so bunched up and constrained like it does when it's in a braid. So at the very least, I like to pull it apart if I know I'm going to start spinning it soon. Oh my gosh, look at these colors. Oh my gosh, I can't. I just love looking at how colors sort of dance with each other. These little peachy bits are killing me. I love it. I love it so much. And even like what I love most, if you know me, you'll know I don't love gray. So this purple, it may read a little gray in this, but in person, it's purple. It's a soft purple and it's just delicious. So what I plan to do with this is now I'm going to have to sit with the fiber. Once it's opened up, I'm going to let it sort of breathe overnight and I'm going to take a look at it. And then I'm going to decide if I want to split it. Let me just open up a little bit here. If I want to split it vertically, I definitely want to keep the color order intact. I think that'll be important for the combo spin that I planned with it, regardless of which one I end up doing. But how I want to split it may depend on whether or not I think I'm going to do it for a fade. So if I was going to do it for a fade, I would probably be splitting it into 3 because with a 3-ply fade, yeah, I like to have it in thirds. If not, I might just do it in half so I get sort of 2 long repeats. Or if I want the colors to not change too frequently at all, I could just spin it without splitting it at all. So these are the kinds of decisions that go into every single thought process of spinning, and that's why it's so much fun to kind of explore. But for now, I'm just going to open it up. I'm going to leave it there. The hints of like butter yellow. I don't know what butter yellow is doing to me these days, but I'm obsessed with it, even though it is the absolute wrong color for like, oh, looks better in here than for my skin and my hair and my complexion that leans very red. Not my hair, my complexion does. But I just love the look of a little butter yellow. So I'm going to let this, open it up, let it breathe, decide how I want to split it probably tomorrow and start spinning it. And then, yeah, I'll be ready to at least have some singles already done before I get the other color from Bramble Ridge that I think I'm going to add into this, but I'm not 100% sure. So who knows what's going to happen. As we can tell from the fact that I shifted gears and started doing a super neon rainbow supported spindle long draw spin, anything can happen here. So I just wanted to give you that update. I've now kind of opened up all this fiber. It's so delicious. Megan at Bramble Ridge, you are a color goddess, and I love it. But I hope you're finding some time to spin. I hope you're enjoying your tour to Fleece, or at least enjoying following along. And I am probably going to have a longer video of that rainbow spin. Let me put it back in here for us. Soon, very soon. But once I finish the spin, I have been taking some sort of action shots throughout that hopefully I'll be able to get into a video somehow. So I hope you have a great day and hope you get your hands on something crafty, something yarn related if you can, and I will be back with an update sometime soon. Bye.